You know, in movies and TV shows, sometimes it seems like the animals are trying to talk to the humans, but the humans are too stupid to understand them. I definitely feel like that sometimes with this bunny. I just adopted him not very long ago, a couple weeks ago maybe. And sometimes he taps me with his head. If it's a gentle tap, it can mean hi or thank you. Sometimes he taps me really hard like a headbutt, but that's not very hard for a bunny. Bunnies are very gentle. That is usually if I'm in the way or he wants something. I feel like I'm going crazy. I think he's actually having entire conversations with me like, hello, can I have snacks? Okay, can I have pets? Okay, thank you, I'm gonna go now. Things like that. Nothing too deep or philosophical, but I swear he's trying to talk to me.
Hey, where's my salad?
I feel like that happens in Toy Story too, so it doesn't have to be animals. I'm just his food servant. After I graduated from grad school, I didn't really have my own furniture, technically, for different reasons, for a while. I was renting my friends' basements to live in, one at a time. I went around New Jersey and New York, working and hanging out and just living, and I had a Honda Accord, and I could fit everything in there. I liked the idea of that because I could just get up and go anywhere I wanted in the world, technically. I didn't take advantage of that, but I felt like I had so much freedom in that. And I also thought that if I didn't need furniture on paper, I had food, I had shelter, I had a roof over my head, or in my case, the first floor over my head. I thought that if I had all of my basic needs met, that I'd be fine. I didn't think that I would need my own furniture for a really long time, and also, I couldn't figure out what kind of furniture I really wanted. It was so hard. I would look for hours and hours and hours on IKEA.com or Wayfair, and I just couldn't find anything I liked. Also, by the way, do you know who else couldn't figure out what kind of furniture he wanted and didn't have any for a while? Steve Jobs. Look at that. I wish I were 1% as creative as he was, and I wish I had 0.1% of the confidence that he had. But I don't like that he lied all the time and hurt people. It may sound obvious that I could have just gotten a bunch of IKEA furniture and used it in the time being, but I didn't, and so I slept on the floor, and finally, after a really long time, I got my TV. And then the TV was on the ground. And then bit by bit, really, really slowly, I got more furniture. The biggest thing that I got that I thought was a little illogical was this coffee table. It was pretty illogical because it's huge. It is really the size suited for a full Texas-sized living room, in my opinion. I got it, and it's just been huge the whole time. Hasn't changed size, unfortunately. And the reason I got it is because I want to use it for the rest of my life. I have a really big obsession, it seems, about buying things that I want to use for the rest of my life. And then, I did what any logical person would do, and I got a daybed that I can't really sit in comfortably. So now I had no furniture. Yes? You want more? I know, you always want more food. Yes, I know. Why don't you go have some hay? So, I basically spent the first 8 or 9 years of my post-school adult life without the right furniture. It took all of those experiences to teach me that, first of all, I should probably not live in the basement. It doesn't do very well for my mental health, as much as I wish I could to save money. I also learned that I need a sofa that I can lean on comfortably. So I got this sofa from Macy's, which I'm pretty happy with. But I never stopped having this feeling of I'm not done yet, and it's never going to be done. I get that feeling a lot when I'm making something artistic or creative. It feels like this isn't done. I have to do more. I have to get better. When it came to working on my house, and whether it was fixing the toilet or installing handles or painting the kitchen, I felt like I was getting closer and closer to that done feeling from the perspective of just designing it better and improving it and making it look better or moving things around so that the layout is more optimal. I was also very unhappy with examples that I found online until I finally found a couple examples that I really love. This is a book called David Netto, who writes about his own work. I want to show you an example. Look at this example. It's really just full of books everywhere. And that's in New York. I also want to show you, this was his own apartment in New York that his mother bought him, but he designed. Here's the living room, and you can see there are stacks of books as decoration, which is a huge influence for me. And then one of his big inspirations was Francois Catroux, who is on another level of design. Here's a library. And here's a more casual reading room. It's not that I want my house to look like these houses, because to me they're unattainable. But what I do want is to have a beautiful house that is attainable and is practical and that I feel proud of. So the way my brain works is the whole time that I'm in my house, all I do is focus on the imperfections. Well, like, where do I need a fresh coat of paint? Or, oh, this room is missing a rug, or that kind of thing. And I'm trying to train myself to see the good parts, not just the flaws. I definitely have that issue in life. Hello. Somehow, instead of forcing myself to think of the good parts, just having stacks of books around my house has dramatically improved my ability to just enjoy my house. Sometimes I can't force myself to change or be more positive. Maybe I just have to change my living area, the physical things around me, which is very much not something that was obvious to me. When I was living in a basement, I never thought to myself that if I just move above ground that maybe I'd be happier. But then when I did, I felt a lot better. So I guess that's the way with books for me. If I have books all around me, suddenly the house becomes more beautiful for me. And I wonder what that is for everyone. Maybe it's good to
on the road. I've been on the fire.
Do you want a raspberry? You want more?
West wind's calling out my name. They're telling me to head your way. down your road and past your gates. Keep your eyes on the horizon.
I really like this. This is my favorite canned tea. They have this all over Japan, with Shohei Ohtani's face on it, I'm sure. I like to keep it in the fridge.
I'm there before the setting sun, for you to fall into my arms, the place I call my home.
Yes?
I was looking to belong when I already found my home.
I don't know if the snow has already melted, but I really want to show you the park. It's just a bit different in the winter. That mansion has a fake window so that the building will still look symmetrical. Can you find it?
I was looking to belong when I'd already known that you would be there when the rains are gone. Like a light in the night, you will always be my home.
Should we see if the radio works on the flip phone?
Well, we know how much we have all hated being out in this brutal cold and snow that we've been experiencing in the city here the past few weeks. And we've basically been staying hunkered down and holed up. Well, you know who's doing the same thing? The rats. The city health department told the New York Times that this freezing weather we've had the past couple of weeks is going to lead to a decline in rats. We're not talking illumination.
That was about the most New York possible soundbite we could have possibly gotten from the radio. I rarely ever actually see a rat, though, in New York. Very rarely. Definitely not enough to bother me. But maybe I have a higher tolerance for rats, because I like smart animals. I don't know. My bunny Benjamin was actually abandoned in a park a couple years ago. I don't know by whom. And someone found him, and apparently he was just relaxed and hanging out in the park when he was abandoned. Based on his personality, I can tell that he definitely would be relaxed. But there are many predators, and I'm surprised that he survived. And then when they got him, whoever found him took him to an animal shelter, and he was anemic, but taken care of, taken to the hospital, and eventually he became healthy again about a year ago. The strange thing is, the more that my bunny tries to talk to me, communicate with me, the more that I care and think how sad it must be to be abandoned in his case. Of course, it's sad to be abandoned in general, but the more that he seems to have conversations with me, the more that I wonder, who were his parents? When was he born? And then I'm realizing it's such a privilege that I know which day I was born. And it's also a privilege to be in this park right now. For example, this is a photo of the park when it wasn't snowing yet. Isn't that crazy? And now look at it now. Now it looks like the beginning of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. One thing that I feel the need to share, since I shared about this last year, which is really sad, is that it's been a little bit over a year, about a year, since our friend Jacob passed away. And he would have been 18 by now. A young man. I'm sure his family's still very, very sad. But I'm really glad that his mom encouraged me to make that video. I really love her. She's very important to me. And I don't even know how to imagine how she must be feeling. If you believe in any kind of prayer, I hope you can send her a prayer. Just to share a happier, funnier thing about him is that he actually really liked small apartments. He couldn't understand why people lived in large houses. And sometimes his family would take him to look at open houses for apartments. So when I moved into my little apartment, I thought of him a lot because I thought he would really like it, and I think he would. I think he would. If you ever feel like your house is too small, you should definitely enjoy it for him. I don't know how this is related, but I really wanted to encourage you to do something really special for yourself this year. Feel free to tell me what it is. I just hope that there's something on your mind that we can look forward to together. Really enjoy this life, the short life that we have on Earth. I'm very sad today. I didn't realize I was feeling this way when I got up. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I definitely am carrying something in my heart, and it's hard to hide that. Weirdly, at the same time, I feel really lucky. I feel like getting to be in this park, getting to look at the snow, getting to feel that the weather's finally warming up a little, even though it's a day where there are no leaves on the trees, and I thought it would be sunny, but it's not in any way, shape, or form. Even though it's like that, I feel like it's such a beautiful gift. It's such grace that we even get to be here. I guess I'm just in that kind of mood. Look how beautiful it is, though.
Keep you near, 'cause you're all I need, my dear. Do you feel the winds are turning round? 'Cause what goes up must always come back down. But I'll be safe in your arms, like the light in the day never part. I'm looking down the line, with you by my side I'll be fine. Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Yeah, I'll be fine. Yeah, I'll be fine. Yeah, I'll be fine. Yeah, I'll be fine.
I gave him a beret.